it's just before 9 o'clock in the morning and we're just getting ready to do our Joe Wicks PE session. I have had technological problems overnight. I uploaded my podcast, my main knitting and crochet podcast, and when I woke up this morning I discovered that the upload was glitchy. It wasn't to do with the upload. Good morning, Phoebe. It was to do with the export from my editing software. So I've managed to, I should have checked it before I made it public, sorry. But I didn't. So I've now made that video unlisted and I am re-uploading it. I have re-exported it and the file seems fine and I'm re-uploading it. Anyway, it made me think that it might be interesting to do another video where I share what it's like to sort of vlog throughout the day. I've done this before where I explained how I vlogged with my iPhone. I now use a combination of my iPhone and my new Sony CyberShot camera. And I thought I'd just let you know how I fit it in. So before I sort of did a kind of overview of the little silly things I do to vlog my day, and I just thought I'd do something similar today, showing how I use my two cameras, what I choose to film, and how it fits around a lockdown day where there's 4 of us at home and working and homeschooling. And hopefully that might be interesting. I've got a few more ideas of different things to share over the coming vlogs as well, that hopefully you'll enjoy. Just trying to keep things a bit more interesting than, oh, good morning, we had breakfast, I cooked dinner, we went for a walk. Which it is in danger of becoming, because obviously we're at home all the time, but there are plenty of interesting things we do get up to. And it occurred to me that you might like to see those sort of behind the scenes things, if that makes sense. Probably not. Anyway, we're going to get started with Joe Wicks. So we're going to go through, I'm going to grab my iPhone, because I'm currently filming on my Sony, and I'm going to grab my tripod. Now this is the tripod I use for most of my filming. It is broken. This bit never goes in. This was a gift from my friend Lily. So Lily, if you're watching, thank you very much. I use this every day. Bits of it are broken, but it does the job and it does what I need it to do. I keep thinking I should probably buy an improved one, but I've also got this other tripod that I bought to go with my new camera. Whoops. Which is this one. It's a Joby, which Dan thinks is a really funny name because it means something else here. I don't know if I can get that to focus. Joby! And it's really, really good for putting my camera on and hand holding it. However, these little supports, they just slip. They just slip on any shiny surface, so it's a bit rubbish in that respect. I might see if I can put something on the end to stop it doing that. Yeah, so mainly I use this cheap and cheerful one. You can get them on Amazon, and I should probably get a new one. Right, I'm going to take it through, and I'm just going to throw my iPhone on the floor. Right, there's Joe, he's on the telly, the girls are ready. I'm going to put the camera here on the fireplace, and then I'm going to look in it and think, how messy does my living room look? And if it looks messy, I'm going to go and tidy it up. Okay, so we've done the warm-up just about. The living room's looking a bit tidier for the background shot. So we do this every weekday morning. Sometimes I film it, sometimes I don't, and it's okay to film if you're prepared to make a bit of a wally of yourself on camera. Now 9:30 and we've got half an hour before our sort of school time routine starts. The lessons start at 10. Girls are just upstairs getting freshened up. I need to go and get freshened up, but because I've had to re-upload my podcast from last night, I just need to go and spend 5 minutes sorting that out so I can get that uploaded again. Such a pain, but I'm just going to spend 5 minutes doing it now and then I can stop worrying about it. And then the next part of the day is when we start doing schooling and a bit of admin and just getting into it, and that would be very boring to film and very difficult to film because obviously I've got to concentrate on the girls. So what I usually do is set the camera up and just take snippets, which I know I can then do as a kind of montage to give you a feeling of what we're up to, rather than having to go into every single detail. So I'll show you what I do for that. So sometimes it's interesting to try and change the camera angle a bit and just try and like share with you what we're doing from up close, because it really brings you into the room with us and shows you what we're doing. So sometimes I can use my iPhone for that. It works really well. Often I will use it on the stand. However, if I want to get really close up, like at eye level to something that's going on, the iPhone is perfectly fine for that, but I do need to balance it up against something, and I can't actually see once it's balanced really what I'm filming. So actually in those respects, my camera works much better because it just sits on its own on the table and it doesn't need any propping up, and I can also see from the screen what's being filmed at the same time. But those kind of little close-ups and things really sort of help bring you into what we're up to, especially when we're doing the sort of normal everyday things. It's just finding the little details that make life interesting, and you look back and realise how lovely that was to remember. So Phoebe's just doing her English now.
Well, not anymore, I'm dancing now.
Yes, you're dancing, but she's just writing a recipe. They've been working on recipes and things in English and measurements.
Phoebe's special one.
And maths, we'll show you in a minute. Right, go and sit down and get on with it.
Blow my hair.
So you can see that I'm not going to cut this bit out, but quite often when I'm vlogging throughout the day, this is the kind of thing that I have to cut out. When I'm trying to talk to you and I have people... What do you call it when you... what do you call it? Photobomb.
Photobomb.
Vlog bombing. Right, go and sit down so I can talk. I'm having a really... So basically when I make a video, some days they're shorter than others. Sometimes I have more to share than other days. And, you know, some days I feel prouder of the video that I put out than other days. But I always make sure I do my absolute best with the footage I've got, for the mood that I'm in and for the day that we're having. And I'm just so disappointed that my podcast from yesterday had glitches. And what I did was I made the original video unlisted and re-uploaded it, and it's worked perfectly. So I've done it as a take 2 video, but in making it unlisted, people could still see it, and I don't know why. And I've tried to find out and I've given up. So there's a load of people have viewed it, and a load of people have very kindly commented on it, and now I've had to make it private, so it's just so frustrating. So if you commented and watched that video, I'm really sorry that I haven't responded to your comments. It's because I've had to make the video private. But if you want to go and comment under the take 2 version, please go ahead and do it, but don't feel that you have to. These kind of things are what makes the podcasting and vlogging so frustrating sometimes, when things don't work the way you want to. So, right, so we get on with English, because I think I'm distracting her.
You blabber on about things that isn't even your fault. Like, it's the computer's fault, the Wi-Fi thing that we have fault, and yeah, so...
Do you know what I took from that very encouraging speech?
What?
Blabber on. Right, it is now 1 o'clock and we're all just getting some lunch. I'm just finishing off making Lilia's. You would have seen me setting up to film that because it's part of our day and it's a daily vlog, so important to include what we're doing. Phoebe has lunch most days lately with my mum, so they're just over there, and I'll take you over. Hang on.
Wipe my fingers.
Say hello, Mum.
Hello.
Lilia and Granny are wearing the same outfit. So yeah, you can see they sit and have their lunch together, which is really sweet. I'm just gonna cut up Lilia's sandwich, which has, the cheese has melted out a bit and it's gone everywhere. But she'll enjoy eating the melty bits. I've just quickly wolfed down some leftover pasta from last night's dinner because I am now going to go into work mode. I'm working just half of my usual weekly hours this week because it's the bank holiday on Friday, which means I don't have to work those days, and because I'm part-time, it's very boring. But the upshot of it is that I only have to work 7.5 hours this week. Right, I'm going to give Lily a shout, give her her lunch, and then I'm going to settle down to work for the rest of the day. So this will be quite boring if I filmed lots of it, because I'm just going to be sitting at my computer for about 3 or 4 hours. So I'll just probably film a little montage of me at my computer, and then we'll see where we go from there. Some days I make a plan and I know what I'm going to talk about. Other days we just see where the day takes us. Hello Lily. I'm telling people how we fit vlogging into our everyday life. Do you have anything you wish to say about that?
I don't really notice you vlog.
You don't notice?
I mean, I get up.
Get some crisps if you
I
want.
get up at midday and then I do nothing.
You get up at midday?
Yeah, that's like
At the weekends, not during the week. You're
So
up at 8 o'clock for school.
I'm forced up at 8 o'clock.
She's forced to get out of bed at 8 in the morning. Anyway, lunch. I finished my working and I'm now unloading the dishwasher and getting ready to prepare dinner. Dan and Phoebe were listening to records together, but Dan's just walked into the kitchen and I'm just being very, very deflated. I've worked about 4 hours. It's very stressful. I usually love my job, but it is very, very stressful at the moment. So I'll stop trying to clatter whilst I'm talking to you. And yeah, when I finish my working hours, I just feel exhausted and no good for anything really, but I've got to clean up the kitchen and sort out dinner. I was going to dry those actually.
I was just getting them out of the way to start drying once, put the rest away and then I'll come back to you.
He's unloading the dishwasher in an incorrect manner. Work harder. Yeah, so maybe I might have a bath, but then the thought of having to dry my hair after a bath, just, I feel too tired to do that even. Right, I'm going to go and get on with dinner. It's the end of the day, so I guess the final thing to talk about is knowing when to end it. Probably before you've had a bath and look like you've got some kind of strange mullet going on would be a good point, but seeing as I haven't done that, I guess what I try to do each day is have a sort of beginning, a middle and an end. I want to have a start to the day and then a day that comes to completion. And some days that means that I am still filming, even if it's just a tiny bit, until relatively late in the evening. Like last night, when you saw me having my hot milk, that was about 10:05 at night. But I've usually got the whole vlog ready to go, knowing that I've only got one more bit of filming to add in at the end, which allows me to just do a very quick edit. The thing that takes me the most time is picking a blinking thumbnail, because I never think of it during the day to kind of pick an image that would make a good thumbnail, and then have to go through the whole footage and try and find something. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go and do now. I'm going to shut up talking. Don't forget, I'm not going to say this every day, but don't forget to press like if you've enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't. If you've made it this far, hopefully you did. All the money that is going from the earnings of my YouTube channel, that's all of my vlogs and podcasts, in the month of May 2020 is going to be split between the National Emergency Trust Coronavirus Appeal here in the UK, and also the Children's Society Coronavirus Appeal here in the UK. There's links to both the charities underneath the video. I don't know how much it's going to be. It's not going to be millions, but it'll be a good sum of money, hopefully. Well, any sum of money is okay, isn't it? To give to some charities doing some brilliant work here in the UK with people who are really affected by this crisis. So give it a like. It helps YouTube know that you've enjoyed it, and it helps get it seen by more people. And if it gets seen by more people, the more revenue it might earn from people seeing the adverts. And that's on that note, I think I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go and finish editing this vlog. Dan and I are probably going to watch a little bit of Parks and Recreation. Unless, is it the Great British Sewing Bee on a Tuesday? Or is that a Wednesday? Anyway, we're going to watch something light and entertaining. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.